Hey everybody, I'm Alan Blunt,
Hello, everyone. I'm Aaron.
and we're back again, and we're going to talk about more role playing stuff and having fun role playing stuff. As you see, I'm going to be talking about Pathfinder today. Paizo keeps enhancing, enhancing, and basically pushing their place in this game market. And as a gamer, believe me, it's pretty impressive.
They've really
Have you
been
heard?
pushing things since what was the fourth edition. I'm like I completely blocked out what edition caused them to enter into the actual market. Like they've always have been here. They made stuff for D&D for third edition. Fourth edition happened that pissed everyone off, so they made Pathfinder and
I
have
don't know if it
since
pissed
been
everyone
in the
off.
game.
It made us old schoolers angry.
I find it interesting because since they were the people who did all the third party, well, they did the best third party stuff for D&D, and
Yep.
then after they split off and 5th edition started, Kobold Press started doing all of their third party stuff. And then, oh, what happened? Hasbro pulled some BS, pissed everyone off. So Kobold Press literally went, okay, you know what? We're just making our own game based on 5th edition. And now they
Okay.
do it in Pathfinders based on 3rd edition, which is what they did all their third party content for.
Correct. And now they have Pathfinder Second Edition, in which they've introduced other mechanics into it, like their action system. Like so many actions can be done per turn, and special abilities go off in those actions. But I've been pretty much impressed. And also, I'm going to talk about Donnie of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I promised that. I know I promised two. I'm only going to give you one. Yeah, that's going over there. What is that book or box to your right, Aaron?
This?
Yes.
Oh, that's the player's handbook, Eberron, and the Dungeon Master Guide. I was doing a lot of scripts. Friday, this coming Friday, my lovely wife is having surgery on her wrist. Um,
Okay.
and because of that, like we're trying to get as much stuff ready. Because basically, for 2 weeks, she will not be doing anything past, doing some audio recording for 63rd Legion. And for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I will not be doing any videos. I'll just be writing scripts so I can easily stop working and go help her if she needs it.
All right.
She was basically like, "Hey, you could just make some videos," but I'm like, "Well, in a whole day, I can make 2 to 3 videos, but in a whole day, I can write about a dozen scripts, and it's much easier to stop writing scripts than it is to stop recording audio or whatever I'm doing." So we're just the last week we have started getting everything ready to make life easier for the next month or so after the surgery. So, yeah, I've just been in overdrive mode just to get things going. So, these books right here, plus you can't even see all the other books off to the side. I've had a lot of it open just so I could write a bunch of scripts for her to record. Um, and then get ready for my own.
Good.
Hello, Sasha, as she wanders in.
Hey,
Because
Sasha.
I just did for next week Sam the Eagle from the Muppets, as well as Bucky Barnes for the Avengers.
Sam, my second favorite Muppet.
I just literally finished him this morning. Just yesterday, I'm like, I'm just gonna relax a little because I still had to. We were using video game footage for Bucky. My wife is now addicted to Marvel Rivals,
Okay.
and Winter Soldier is now her backup main. So I'm
Alrighty,
like, you
righty.
can play Winter Soldier for me if you want, and I'll just use that with maybe a couple clips from the movies. So that was pretty quick. Then I did Jigglypuff from Pokemon, and then I'm like, let's. Sam does not need to be up on the Patreon until Wednesday, up on YouTube on Friday, so I can take my time, and I finished it this morning.
Yeah,
And of
Sam
course,
will
I've
be.
also been working on the brand new art for the thumbnails for this channel. It's funny. I sent Alan the first test drawing of him, but I did one thing wrong. I create multiple layers, and depending on what layer it is, that's what it's supposed to be. On the shadow layer, which is very, very almost clear, like you can see completely through it, that's where I didn't realize I was on the layer and I was coloring in your beard. So when I merged it down, um, I'm like, wow, I thought I chose a lighter gray than that. It was almost invisible. That's when I realized, oh,
Yes.
it's on the damn shadow.
Who who's that young guy? Yeah, I spilled salt all in this earlier today. It's actually black.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
oh
new
man.
one though is much grayer, so
Okay. Can you guess who my first favorite Muppet is?
your first favorite Muppet.
Yes.
I do not know who your first
Flo-
favorite Muppet would be.
Floyd.
Floyd. Okay,
Floyd.
Floyd Pepper.
Yes. Floyd Pepper. Floyd. The flowing beard and mustache, the communicator. He makes sure to put man in every sentence.
The
Floyd.
instigator who would give Kermit problems if he didn't like the music of the show. Who
And warns everybody if Zoot skips a groove.
And this is funny. Do you know the pilot for the first Muppet show? The one that was completely different from what we got. Floyd
Mhm.
was one of the main three Muppets.
Oh, sweet.
It was Sam, Floyd, Animal was in the background, like a literal in a cage in the background. And then shoot, what's his name? He was first played by Jim Henson and it was kind of a Kermit voice. But he eventually, when that pilot failed, they decided to put Kermit front and center.
Right?
And he got moved to, he was the conductor of the orchestra in the Muppet
Oh,
Show. They kept his name but changed his voice.
oh, wow. I remember the Muppet. I'm not remembering that name. Uh, also this week,
Nigel. I just looked it up.
Nigel. Okay,
Nigel was the original MC of the Muppet Show.
you gotta pop that up, and you gotta create Nigel. You have to do it now. In fact, do Sam, Nigel, and Floyd.
I got waiting in the wings. It literally has a note that says do Crazy Harry, Rizzo, and Floyd.
And Floyd, yes.
He is part of the notes. I haven't looked into them yet. I just
Oh,
finally figured out to someone's requested it from Rocky Horror Picture Show, Frankenfurter. I figured him out today.
full on
Um,
Tim Curry.
I will not be doing it for a while though, for
Okay,
reasons. I haven't decided
okay.
when I'm going to release it, but I figured Frankenfurter out. People, after I did Wadsworth from Clue, everyone's like, please tell me you're doing Darkness and Frankenfurter. I'm like,
Darkness and
Frankenfurter,
Frankenfurter.
definitely.
Uh, a lot of personality in Frankenfurter. Welcome to my. Oh, oh man. Also, I decided to print up some raptors. I woke up one morning and the first two words in my head were clever girl. And it's like, okay, I'm now on a path. I'm and
Yeah,
I
you
print
needed to specify that because my 40K brain automatically went the second founding Raven Guard.
No, that is one of my fully painted up chapters though. But
I got a do I have an entire company? No, I don't have a full company. I have a full company of Raven Guard,
Raven
third
Guard.
company to be specific. I do have a I do have an army of raptors with an honor guard for and the chapter master himself is a Don.
Okay. So raptors. I'm talking about the dinosaur. Uh, and I have a license to print up and sell models that Sordain Publishing puts together, and they had an entire set of raptors. And I've had these files for about several months now, and then basically the all of them clawed their way to the front, and it's like, okay, I want dinosaurs comparing my characters. And what are the most notable from Jurassic Park 1? These guys leaping, jumping, stalking, just little annoyances in the right scale to be dangerous, not as big as a T-Rex, but they get down, they get dirty, and I decided to print them up. And I know I'm a grown ass man with a 3D printer. This was going to happen eventually. Dinosaurs are going to show up on the plate. I can't help it. Someone says, "You're a grown man. When are you going to stop playing with this stuff?" And I said, "When my coffin closes. When my coffin closes, I'm stop playing with this stuff." Other than that, I now have the resources to get the toys I've always wanted. And I can also use them in games. Oh, but it's been a heavy April so far, but we're now coming to the end of it, and tournament seasons now coming into swing. A new edition for the war game that I'm normally involved in, Warhammer 40,000. A new edition of that's coming out, and they've also come out with new uh, detachments for the Imperial Guard. I will always call them Imperial Guard. They're officially called Astra Militarum. I'm from back in the day. They're Guard, man. And I'm going to be painting up some Steel Legion and use them as whatever units I can.
I actually, since we're talking a little bit about 40K, I just watched a video that actually made me, it's about the Imperial Guard release that's coming up because they made the big announcement. Uh, I almost messed up his name for some reason. Yarick is
That's
alive.
right.
But the
Yes, he
video
is.
I watched actually complained about it. Not the fact that Yarick is back, but how they handled it. And sadly, like, because of everything that I do with YouTube and life in general, I don't keep up with the nitty gritty details of everything in Warhammer lately. But I knew a few things, but what I didn't know is how they handled Yarick's death. Like, I didn't know they removed him from Legends. Like, no one could use him, and the fact that now all of a sudden he's back, the guy's like, why did they make us think he was just gone completely? Especially since at the same time, Sicarius from the Ultramarines, the considered the dumbest Ultramarine character of all time, died. They didn't
Ah,
remove him from Legends, and then he came back and they did this grand reveal, and he's incredibly popular now with Ultramarine players because of what they have done. And this guy was just upset, and frankly, I'm 100% agreeing with him. From the lore standpoint, they did not handle Yarick's death and resurrection well. They could have made it a bit like whenever a character dies and comes back in 40K, they make it a huge event. Books, new edition, all of that. Yarick just vanished for 2 editions. They literally erased him completely from the rules, and now he's back with a brand new model. And the fact is, he pointed this out, new models take a couple years to finalize. That means that this model went into the design phase at the exact same time they killed off Yarick. And it's been in development the entire time. And they just decided, okay, we're just going to make everyone think we're never going to do another Yarick.
Maybe 10 years ago, it took a model 2 years to get finalized. It's not that way anymore. They don't. They can now go from concept to physical piece in less than 4 hours.
Well, GW has said like they take the time not only for the new miniatures but rules and all that, the story. That being said, I'm just referring to in-game story, not Black Library lore. This was
Right.
completely not a part of that for some odd reason, and except that's always the case, is they always include Black Library in this.
Yeah.
But
What I
from we know, for the entire time Yarick's been gone, this has been on the docket. It's just there was nothing concrete, and then they finally released all the concrete stuff. Like it actually, now that he said it and put all the God, my dogs are making weird noises, and he put all the stuff in there, I'm like, wow, they really did misstep Yarick's death and resurrection. Like,
yeah.
they turned Sicarius into a cool character. No one missed him when he
No
died.
one missed him when he was gone. He's cool now.
When Yarick was announced to be dead, people lost it.
I was one of them. I was one of them
Like,
because I've used Commissar Yarrick in every army that I've ever had for Imperial Guard. When he went away, it's like, I don't know what you guys are doing. And he started taking away all the guard characters.
mm-hmm,
And it's like, wow, wow. What do we get? Nothing. What do we get this year? Nothing. I can promise you, though, the model possibly did exist 2 years ago.
mm-hmm,
And when they were working on the current path of the Imperial Guard, that stuff possibly was not going to release until second quarter of this year,
mm-hmm,
which here it is right now.
mm-hmm.
And now the production's been done. Now the promotion's going out, and with that promotion, with new guard vehicles, 3 new guard characters, and character vehicle, we are looking at basically, here's the path that they're going to start 11th edition with, and here's the level of miniature sales we want to do with this.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand the company's been going for a long time. They've now got somebody at the head who has a lean towards the hobbyist instead of the hard line. We're a miniature company. We want to focus on miniatures. Not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They now own large tournaments. They now own the Nova Open. They now own the system that they use to build tournaments and track tournaments. So they've taken wholehearted of that. They've also taken over the painting competition at Adepticon. So it's no longer the hardline saying we're a miniatures company only. Nope, you're a game company.
I remember when they started taking that turn to the hard line of we're a miniature only company. Hell, I remember when they had to release that quarterly report that I had to do a double take reading, where it opened with GW has had a great year, but if you define great as profitable, you won't agree. What?
You find great as profitable. It's like you're a company and it's not being profitable. Boy, that's some double talk there.
Well, this was also the era where they didn't have a president of the company or CEO. I can't remember what it was. They had an acting leadership whose whole role was to help find the leadership for GW, but he like was in charge for like a year. And this is when they started shutting down their production facilities, where they started turning all of their game stores into single person operations.
Yep.
They were closing stuff,
Yep.
and they started jacking up their prices on everything, which GW does that all the
Everything.
time.
Yes. Oh, does not give you a warm feeling inside at all.
I remember a couple like what now a year or two ago when Wizards of the Coast, well, Hasbro, it wasn't Wizards of the Coast, it was
It wasn't.
Hasbro.
It was Hasbro
Hasbro
now.
announced the ending of the open gaming license, blah blah blah. All the D&D players were throwing up their hands and throwing fits, and all of us 40K and D&D players who play both games literally looked at and went, "Is this your first time? Is it?"
Is this your first time? Are you crying? Stop that.
I
Stop
was actually talking to someone. I'm like, "Listen, I'm a 40K player. I know how to handle this, and this is what everyone should do. Remind them we no longer need any new things to keep playing their game.
No, you do not. No, you do not.
We do this every few years with GW, where we just stop buying things from them when they
Yep.
pull something like that, and then we watch as their profits tank completely. They then issue an apology and then do something. We're like, okay, we're back."
Oh, they never issue an apology. They might say, well, we decide to listen to you, but they will never issue an apology.
An official apology, no.
Never issue an official apology. Now, after fourth edition, oh, Hasbro had to do that. Ah.
Which, by the way, that whole thing, it actually, I didn't know this, and it taught me this, that it is, you can create a game based on another company's rules, and all you have to do is tell where the rules came from, and it's legal. It's why there are so many different Opoly games out there. As long as you go, hey, this game is based on Monopoly, you can make it. Which is why everyone looked at Hasbro and went, you do realize you can't copyright a rule system. You can only copyright a game itself, not the rule system.
Yes. In fact, some people have put together rules agnostic narratives for for science fiction, fantasy, steampunk, modern, World War II, ancients. As long as they give a good narrative and art and storyline and statistics for whatever, you can go ahead and publish. They even have some game companies that will help you use their system through your narrative. I don't know. I don't know if Hasbro will do that, but I know of several other companies that will.
Hasbro definitely won it, but
Yeah. Well, they can continue to make mistakes. I'm not that. I can't do anything about that. Oh, but yeah, but to start, but where I was beginning with this is that Paizo and Pathfinder have really, really set a standard as far as I'm seeing with what they're doing inside this game hobby. Uh, so what you want to talk about today, Aaron?
well, I'm going to be honest with you, Alan. Because of the lot of stuff I've been doing this week, I have not taken 1 second to even think about what the hell I was going to talk about. Between work, In
Okay.
preparation for the surgery and the YouTube channel, I have not spent more than a few seconds thinking about other things. I will say,
Okay.
this is fun. I am doing a so I am a this is I'm doing quotes on this professional DM. I don't like that term, but yeah, I am technically. I get paid to DM D&D games.
Oh,
Um
how'd you score that?
oh, you like there is so if you go to start playing, um look up any system you want. Savage Worlds, Pathfinder, Dungeons and Dragons 3.5, Dark Heresy. There are games being run on that. And you can become a professional dungeon master or game runner, depending on what it is. And I've made money at it, but unfortunately, the game that I was running had to end because all the people that I had on the game who were great people, they wanted to learn D&D, they were actually in, oh crap, what country were they in? They were in the Middle East. Um
Well, go ahead, sir.
yeah, they were all technically when I was doing that, they were starting work. Um
Huh?
and I'm like, "You guys can do that?" They're like, don't worry, we're tech, so we actually can do D&D and this at the same time." But
Yes,
unfortunately,
yes, you can.
because of the time difference and then a holiday began, they were like, you know what, we really can't keep doing this. To which I'm like, hey, that is cool. So my game had to end. But this week I finally decided to reopen my start playing because adventures will um, officially close after a while. I am currently waiting. You set up a template, and then once the template is approved, you set up a game, and once the game is approved, you can start the game. Um, I set up another game of my D&D 40K, which is if you've ever played the video game Dark Tide. I love Dark Tide. Unfortunately, my computer hates running it, so I don't play it right now.
Ooh.
It's effectively Dark Tide. It's in a I've created this little area where all of my 40K D&D games are set. It's a Rogue Traders um system that they have, control. But the game for start playing is you are a member of an Inquisitor's warband.
Oh, nice.
And your team is sent out to begin an investigation. And from what you find there, that starts the campaign. I am waiting for that game to go live. And the second we started recording, I got an email saying my second template has been approved. So I'm going to say it. And I want to know, Alan, if you can pick up what this actually is. The title of this campaign is The Search for the Prismic Link.
The search for the prismic link. Ah, you got me thinking Infinity Gauntlet as soon as I heard prismic. Ah, the
Well,
search for prismic
let's see. What
link.
does prismic mean, Alan?
Ah, that's light being focused into one.
Uh huh. Prismic, the spectrum of light.
The
What's
spectrum of light,
link?
correct. A link is a connector.
A connector. So prismic, colorful connection. And my wife just called out figuring out exactly what it is from the colorful connection. What else is colorful that is
My
made
little
of
pony.
light?
Huh?
What is
What?
colorful that's made of light?
What's colorful that's made of light? Ah, oh goodness. Well, there's a rainbow.
Oh,
Huh?
rainbow.
Yeah, rainbow. Colorful,
So,
made of
what's
light.
another word for link?
Let's see. Link, connection, conjunction.
You keep saying the certain words.
Yes.
So link, another word for link is connection. Technically,
Connection.
another word for prismic is rainbow.
The rainbow connection. Ah.
the I wrote this idea down years ago, like 2019, and I just kind of forgot about it. It is a world based on the Muppets, on Sesame
Yes.
Street, Fraggle Rock, all of that. All the gods are actually references to different Muppets.
Uh, into the movie
And
and the song.
yes, it was originally, the idea was the search for the rainbow connection, but for this
Search
I
for the rainbow
changed it.
connection. The prismatically. Oh, good grief. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you took me there. Ah,
Yeah, but the
Sam better
villains of
look
the camp.
awesome.
What'd you say?
Sam better look awesome.
The villains for the campaign are all based on different Muppet villains, and I'm not just saying like Doc Hopper or Nikki Holiday from the movies. Like, I'm
Right?
bringing in the Sleaze brothers from Follow That Bird,
Oh, God, the Sleaze brothers follow that bird.
which was actually the last official Muppet based project that Jim Henson worked on.
Wasn't George Carlin and Richard Pryor in there?
Um,
Follow that bird, or
no,
that
Richard
was that
Pryor
was
was
58
in
Sesame Street.
the Muppet movie.
He was in the Muppet movie, correct,
Yes.
as well as Carlin.
I don't know if Carlin's ever been in a Muppet production. I don't recall. Let me look that
Oh
up.
well, I'm looking that up too. Oh, look at that. Two men on the net looking up stuff on the net.
His connection, actually, Carlin appeared on 2 episodes of the Jimmy Dean Show, which also featured Ralph, and he hosted the first episode of Saturday Night Live,
Night Live.
which
Yes.
had the Muppets on it. Well, not
Yes.
the Muppets, but an incarnation.
Well, Jim Henson was there. So
Yes,
Muppets.
Jim Henson was there.
Jim Henson was there. And the cast did weird things with the Muppet poses. But that's for another show. Not this one.
But yes, so I've been fleshing out the world, figuring out who gets to be a god in the world.
Okay.
Um, I will say Sam will be the god of, what is it, valor and commitment.
Valor, commitment, and decency.
Yes. I've decided that each of them will have like 2 representations. Like, Kermit is
Okay.
creativity and leadership, Fozzie is humor and friendship, that type of stuff.
Correct.
Gonzo, my favorite, which, no, you can't see the Gonzo shrine. It's above the Taskmaster shrine.
Right.
Is art and misfits.
Is
And
Piggy loving war?
Piggy is strength and vanity.
Strength and vanity. Okay.
With Rizzo the Rat as trickery and gluttony.
Nice.
The one thing I really want, and I have a note and I'm looking at it, I forgot about it. So I'm a Jim Henson nut. I love Jim Henson stuff. My binder, all with all the Muppet stuff in it, is literally right behind me because I have it playing in the background whenever I'm working. Though this week was all 80s movies, just as I felt like having 80s movies play in the background.
Right.
But one thing I really want in this campaign is I want Wilkins in the campaign.
Nice.
For you who don't know, Jim Henson, before the Muppets, did commercials. And one of them was Wilkins Coffee with
Wilkins
Wilkins and
coffee.
Wonkins.
Yes.
And Wilkins he's kind of a dick.
But those commercials were hilarious.
They were. And I want Wilkins in my game. So yeah,
Right.
this whole thing I've been talking about, I have not spent a single minute thinking about my channel or this channel because this is all that I have had for my free time. If I'm not working on anything, I am literally filling my phone with notes for this Muppet themed without Muppets D&D game. And yeah, I literally just got it up. So I've been setting it up a little bit. I just have to do the greeting for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it will go up for review. And then once it goes live, um, I'll tell you the story of it. It is once every 100 years, the Prismic Link comes to this world. Um, and if you can find the location where it will officially connect, aka Link, um, anyone who is there has their deepest dreams granted. So it is a wish without repercussions. And how you do it is you have to go and visit every temple of a different god, complete a trial, and you get the next location. And you have to follow the locations in order to get to the link. And the party has to go out. They're starting at level 1. And in the meantime, all these other villains from Muppet shows past are currently chasing after them, trying to also get to there. And I am even not just the Sleaze brothers, not just Doc Holliday and Snake Walker. Uncle Deadly is going to be on there. JP Gross is going to be on there. I spend way too much time watching the Muppets not to know who the hell I am talking about right now.
Right. Right.
So I have been enjoying taking an IP and transforming it into an homage for a D&D game. But yeah, that's it for me. Like, I was just going to talk about what I've been doing, getting ready for the wife's surgery, and also trying to get my professional DMing back up and running, because it's a
Nice.
nice little bit of cash every so often.
Well,
And
good.
if you are looking for any type of role play game, not just like Pathfinder, D&D, or Savage Worlds, go check out Start Playing. There are free games up. Some people just really, really want to play D&D, so they automatically just put a free game up. And I know Savage Worlds is up there. I know a lot of different editions of D&D are up there. Um, they're not all expensive. I do like $5 to $10 because it's a game. I want people to have fun. These are people who really just want to find a game and want to play. But there are people that make hundreds of dollars a day doing this. Probably will never be me, but yeah, I
It
just
can't be
enjoy
me.
it. And the reason why, if anyone's listening going, wait, why doesn't he just do a free game? Um, in all honesty, it's a filter. I find the people who are coming on there to pay for a game are more interested in actually doing the game than just let's go nuts, let's derail everything. Um, the guys I had for that game, great bunch of guys. Um, and yeah, they English was not their first language, but they were pretty fluent in it.
Okay.
We were having fun. I was throwing in cryptids, so they were
Cool.
all enjoying it. They've never heard of some of this stuff. Um, Bigfoot was the only one they had heard of, and yes, they fought Bigfoot. There are a few
Nice.
other things that they're like, we don't know what these are, but this is interesting. I'm like, well, it's a cryptid. And I
It's
told
good.
them, next thing I know, they're looking it up and sharing photos like, this is cool. Like, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's why I do it for the paid gig of it's just I can guarantee players who really do want to invest in a game. Because it's pretty hard for if you really want to invest, finding a DM or finding players that want to invest in the game. And it's we've mentioned this before. It's also hard for people who don't want to invest and they get into a game like, oh, we have to invest in it. I just want to hack and slash. So it is, this is what you're getting. This is what I'm looking for. If this fits what you're looking for, let's play a game.
Yeah, and I really like how you specified it's a commitment filter
Mm-hmm.
because they paid in to play a game. They're not going to pay and then derail what's happening there. That's why I mainly do things at conventions right now. People,
Mm-hmm.
if they pay into it, they're there for an experience. I'm there to give them the experience and an adventure. But that's pretty cool, man. How's that book going? Your
How's the
book, how's it going?
Oh, my book?
Your book. How's it going along?
The second book is almost finished. I had to take a small break from it to do all
Okay.
this other stuff, but it's literally I have like 10 pages left for the
Oh,
first draft. That's all I need to finish for that. The first book, yeah, it's up.
okay. It's up.
Yeah.
Any traction and any movement on it?
Sadly, not really. I mean, I've made a little bit of money, but I knew, like I've said, I believe I've said before. I'm looking at the analytics of it right now because I was actually wondering.
Okay.
I was going into this knowing full well it was going to be um, hell on earth for me to do because it is all 100% self published. I went through Amazon. I didn't want to go through Amazon, but um, the other self publishing people that I really wanted to, because I felt that they were going to be good, there has to be an investment. And currently, because of a lot of BS,
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing to invest into this. I invested for to do this on Amazon $170, and that's just for the cover art.
Right.
The other people, like, you actually do have to invest in it, and then they will take the rest. They're like, okay, here's what you invest this money into it. It's actually not a bad investment, but I didn't have that kind of extra cash. So I had to go through Amazon, which
Understandable.
meant all advertising's on me, except I can't afford to do promotional advertising. I have to do social media advertising only. So yeah, I knew going in, I'm like, I probably won't make my investment back very quickly. But in the end, I don't care. I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed working on it, so that's all that matters to me.
Okay.
Once the second one's done, I'm going to work on the second draft of it, and who knows, hopefully I'll have a second book published within, I don't know, maybe by August or September of this year.
Sweet.
Got a lot
Nice.
on my plate right now, so that's why I haven't finished the last 10 pages. Though that being
Okay.
said, I kind of pissed myself off. Um, Before I got to it, I introduced an evil race in my cosmology, mythology, and all that.
Okay.
And um, one of the characters had an existential crisis because he's listening to them talk about their gods and sees the stuff they do. And he quickly realizes, oh God, these guys are far more dangerous than anyone even realizes. Um, think of these guys are a threat on the level of a mind flayer. You know, they are literally going out, they want to take over the multiverse. But what
Yes.
they do is not what mind flayers do. Um, I'll give it up because this is a great little thing. Because it's actually scary. Everything they have is living. Everything. Their homes are living. Their weapons are bone grown and all that type of stuff. Even their magic they use is called biomancy, and it's the only one they will use because anything else is heresy. Now, I said their homes are living. They need something to grow their homes. They use people. They literally come in, capture everything, and then using biomancy, they start reforming the people into what is useful.
Ooh,
Yeah,
body autonomy. Ooh, that's scary.
yeah. Literally, they go around the light sources. are living creatures that can't do anything but glow. The homes are basically giant shells that a living organism is growing. Even their clothes that they wear are living organic material. They harvest everything. They do not believe in metal. They do not believe in cloth. They do not believe in any stone, anything inorganic. Everything has to be organic. Their clothes are fused to them, and they need that organic matter from someplace. And they just keep going, conquering and transforming everything. Their warriors are people that have been basically lobotomized and rearranged. Like
Yep.
he go in the at one scene they go into a temple and they see their gods. And even looking at the goddess, the main god, she looks beautiful and all that, but quickly they realize that she's just made to look beautiful. A closer look of this bone grown statue, they realize that maybe the face of the goddess isn't a real face, and maybe those orb jewels are
Hmm.
actually her eyes.
Oh, nice.
That's actually based on a video game character too.
And
Queen
that
Bee
is
from Darkstalkers. She looks
that.
like a humanoid bee, but she keeps her face is always looking down, and that's because her face is not real. It's a mask. The big what looks like a headdress is actually her eyes. She's just
Oh,
made
nice.
to look like a beautiful woman to attract people. And
Ah,
basically think, what is it? Mimic,
yes.
Del Toro's movie.
Yep.
But yeah, they're
Yes.
looking at this statue and quickly realizing,
We're
yeah,
in trouble.
she just looks beautiful from a distance. She's something else.
We're, we're in trouble.
Hmm. So one of the characters, he has an existential crisis, like, because now he has actually met a god. He's been in front of a god. He's felt the power. In my books, gods exude a power on reality. So the second a mortal gets near it, they feel it. And if you get too close, depending on the power of a god, you could get crushed under the weight of the power. He has stood next to a god and felt all that power. So looking at this statue and seeing the other gods among it, he quickly realizes this is not a god of eternal life. This is a god of cancer and disease. And all of them, one is the god of viruses, one is the god of parasites, one is the god of fungi. Like these are infectious deities. And even
Nice.
the story that these creatures tell him, they're like, these six stood up to her, tried to stop her, and she converted them to her side. And he quickly realizes she didn't convert, she infected and transformed them. So he's now like has this existential crisis. um I am that type of person that does a huge story. Even if you're very focused and you're just seeing the little bit, there's bigger things happening. Um, there is in my story a war going on in the eternal realm of life where four gods have united together to try and stop her. Like they realize how dangerous she is to she wants to spread and effectively destroy all that she sees as impure and unclean. So four gods have united just to stand and hold her back. And that's all they're doing is holding her back. So like I would love to one day tell the story about what it's called the War of the Green. Because she is attempting to take over the eternal realm of life and spread. But that pissed me off because I'm like, oh man, I might never be able to get to tell this story.
Dude, you got time. You got
I
time.
hope I have time.
You got time.
I'm telling another story over there. I got some D&D games I'm telling, so
Oh, yeah.
I would
Oh, yeah.
love though if I could actually just do all of this. I don't work 40 hours a week. just make money doing all this stuff, the D&D games, the YouTubes, the books, so I can end up telling that story, because I would really just love to tell that story. Like, that is horror right there.
That is hard.
Like, the character figures it out. He's like, if she gets out, if she wins, because the mission is to kill death and make everlasting life. He's like, life needs to end, because if a forest overgrows, it chokes itself. But she would make it to where that forest that overgrows will choke itself but never die. And he has that crisis of, oh my god, this is not the death of the universe. This is a choking, retching, everlasting life, to where it just can't stop growing, and nothing is left but what is consumed. Like, it's just, the second I finished that whole section, I'm like, God damn, I really want to write that story.
You'll have time.
Hopefully.
Put it on your books for next year.
Hopefully.
Put it on your timetable, man. Put it in. Put it in.
It's in my notes. Okay. Like, for a later date, it's in my notes. So
okay, give it a date, then you're committed.
But yeah, so I think you wanted to talk about, it was Donnie, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you literally just sent me the paper for it. I'm like, what one was it? I'm literally looking at it. It's right here, Donnie.
Okay, let's talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes. Last show, I gave you Mikey here. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about Donnie. So Donnie is basically considered the second in command of the group. Leonardo is considered the leader. He's one of the purple. He's basically their tactician. He's also responsible for field repairs and equipping the group. Most of the time, you'll find Donnie with going into the field with his staff, his hacking deck, his night vision goggles, as well as an infrared selection on that. So when I put Donatello together, everybody knows the origin. Green mutagenics hit these pet turtles that fell out of Matt Murdock's pet tank, mutated into bipedal anthropomorphized turtles. They're able to walk upright. They're able to speak English as well as possibly Mandarin, as well as Japanese. And Donnie seemed to have increased intellect. So let's go over the stats for them. What we have first is their basic race of turtle, which they come with what is called a shell, which gives them sort of like a +6 armor value. They also have raised vigor due to basically their shell being part of the skeletal structure, which is pretty dense. They also have a resistance to heat since they are reptiles. Now, since they are reptiles, they have a weakness to cold. So any type of cold-based attack will give considerable hindrance to the turtles. They'd possibly be at a -8 to any skill check and a +8 to any damage that hits these turtles. So yeah, any Flash villains like Mr. Freeze will roast these guys most likely. But they don't exist in that universe. They have silly villains, thank God, or villains that don't think that they're that far ahead. Now, what we have also are now the attributes. Donatello has an agility of D8. That's considered expert. He has a smarts of D10. That's considered masterclass intelligence. A spirit of D4. So basically, that's average. A strength of D6, which is professional human strength. And of course, a vigor of D6, which is professional level, but that comes basically from his physiology. No training has been put into that whatsoever. Then we come along with his skills. So he has an academics of beginning level. He has athletics of professional. He has battle tactics. That's a D4, which is at basically train level. Common knowledge, train level. Electronics, expert level of D8. Fighting, expert level of D8. Hacking, that is a learned level of D4. Then we have his notice, which is D4. Persuasion, which is D4. Repair, professional level of D6. Science, professional level of D6. And stealth, professional expert level of D8. The edges that he has, which makes him, well, let's go over his hindrances. He's cautious. This character plans extensively and is overly careful. Heroic, the character always helps those in need. And loyal, the hero is loyal to his friends and allies. And his edges. Well, his edges is that he has jack of all trades. That is on an intelligence roll, which is a D10. He can learn any skill. If he makes the basic roll of 4, he ends up with a skill of D4. If he gets a raise on it and rolls an 8, he ends up with a D6 in the skill, professional level. This is any skill within the game system, as long as he researches it or sees it in action. He also has the martial artist edge, which gives him improved combat capability, giving him a +1 to his fighting. And also in unarmed combat, the strength damage he has is escalated to uh, his basic strength plus a D4. He also has the martial warrior edge, which gives him another +1 to his D8. So he ends up with +2 to hit, and also is upped his damage from a D4 to a D6. So he does 2D6 whenever he punches somebody, with a +2 to hit. Then he also has martial weapon. That can be found in Big Apple Sewer Samurai. I said that because that brings joy to Aaron. Uh,
I don't know why. Just that title. I love it.
Big Apple Sewer Samurai, which is which is one of the uh, Ace Ace Publishing memberships that Pinnacle Entertainment Group gives to writers who want to use their system, in which the writers can go ahead and sell books underneath a license that Pinnacle gives them. So hey, this is one of the companies. If you want to write something, contact them. They will help, and they'll make sure that you get as much support as you need to get your project forward. And you know what it costs? Practically nothing except a small percentage of the license. That's it. That's it. There are people out there that, oh my God, have something like there's over 240 independent writers that have used the ACE program with Pinnacle Entertainment Group. So go to their site, read it up, see if it's something you might want to try. But Big Apple Sewer Samurai was one of those projects. And that got me into this. Now we go over the derived stats of Donatello, which he has a pace of 6, which means that he can cover about 12 yards while moving. Moving is an action in this game. He has a parry of 6, which means that anybody needing to hit him in melee needs to roll a 6 or better. He has a toughness of 11. So any dice that don't roll an 11, basically will unfaze him whatsoever. But any dice that rolls 11 will shake him. Any dice that rolls a 15 will possibly hurt the turtle here. And his gear. Well, Donnie is known to travel along with equipment. He does have a repair kit with him. I also put him up with night vision goggles, as well as a hacking optimized laptop. So this is the guy that's going to get past the security system. This is the guy that's going to slave cameras to his deck. and be able to instruct the team. Um, Donnie's combat abilities here is that unarmed. I already explained this 2d6, and he has +2 to hit with it on off his d8. And he also has his staff, which the martial weapon capability gives him a d6 plus a d8 to hit, plus an extra bonus to his parry, which his parry is now 7. Uh, and you have to understand, most professionals have a d6 in fighting. So to hit Donatello with that staff in his hand, they have to roll a 6 and ace that 6 to get a bonus roll to be able to hit him. So very few hits are hitting Donatello when he goes against professionals in the field. And this and the staff also has reach. So Donnie's able to crack you with that staff uh, over 6 yards away. Not 6 yards, excuse me. 6 feet away, he'll crack you with the staff.
I'm just going to
Uh,
interject here since you've mentioned it. I have both my friend Red and I, both of our favorite turtles are Raphael, but we both agree Donatello has the better weapon. And it's because of that reach. That is
it's
it.
because of that reach.
Yeah.
Oh yes, you have to understand the lore of Donatello is that each of the turtles have weapons that were specifically given to them for a reason. Donatello, being the smartest, has been given the simplest weapon whatsoever. He's been given a stick, but he can whip people up with that stick. And so Donatello basically makes use of that stick in the best way he can. If you remember Mike has a focus issue. That's why he has 2 swinging wooden flails in his hands that he has to focus on so he doesn't crack himself or his teammates accidentally. Then we have Raphael, which we're going to be doing next week, whose weapons are the Sai.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the week following that, we're gonna finally finish up with Leonardo, whose weapon is the twin. No, he uses a twin katana. Twin katanas or one katana?
Twin.
Twin twin katanas. He uses
Mm-hmm.
twin katanas,
Yeah.
and we'll explain the reason for each of those.
Mm-hmm.
So I bring up Donatello because I do have miniatures for all 4 of these brothers here, plus Rat Daddy, available on our Patreon site. So if you get all 4 of the brothers, we throw in Big Bad Rat Daddy Splinter at no charge. So you can buy either one of these brothers for $5, or buy all 4 for 20. We throw in Big Rat Daddy Splinter, and we will have rules for Splinter on the Patreon site only. We're going to show you pictures here of the mini, but you gotta go to the Patreon to get your hands on them. Okay, and that was the promise for Donatello. Okay, so final thing I'm going to go over here is that I got involved with a Humble Bundle. If you've ever seen these things online, they're legitimate bundles of video games, role playing games, whatever specific item you look into for one specific vendor. This year for this not this year, but this go around for Paizo, what they did, they gave you a Pathfinder bundle, something like about maybe $400 worth of material for $45. And that would include a hardback book called the NPC Core Book. If you just wanted to spend $30, you don't get the hardback book, but you still get over the $400 worth of material in PDF form only. I decided to jump into it because one of the things I enjoy most about the world of Pathfinder, Galarion, you will notice that Dungeons and Dragons gives you the Forgotten Realms. It gives you Greyhawk. It gives you Eberron. It gives you several other universes, and there's a nice write up on each universe. And basically, you can take the book and run with it, do what you will with it. Paizo with Pathfinder has concentrated on one world since 2009, Galarion. And if you want a fully fleshed out world with a book for every realm, a book for every major enemy, adventures, they call adventure paths, which can take you from first level all the way up to 20th across 6 adventure books. Rise of the Rune Lords, Curse of the Crimson Throne. Um, they've been doing this for over a, a decade and a half. For over a decade and a half. It's 2026, 2009. So 17, 17 years. 17 years of fleshed out product. They even gave you the iconics. They've now gone into their second edition. You will find over 3,000 adventures through Pathfinder. Now, if you're looking for adventures, you go through Drive Through RPG and find over 75,000 since the 70s. If you're looking for it, you'll find it there. So I'm going to make sure Aaron puts up a picture of the Pathfinder Infancy Core book. I decided to get the hardback, so it's like, hey, okay, it's only $15. It's not going to be much of a loss. I got this book, the cover, quality, every page laid out fine, artwork, a design, and background for every ancestry that they have in the Pathfinder world. You've got Leshies, the plant beings. You've got goblins. You've got Asimirs. You've got tieflings. You've got the core classic dwarves, halflings, gnomes, and elves. Sorry, and elves, arrogant people. Oh God. Okay, and this core book gives you on background ancestries NPCs that let's use the dwarf for instance. The classic Dwarven Smith. They give you a fleshed out Dwarven Smith. Dwarven battalions, Dwarven spirit seekers, uh, spirit seers. Excuse me, and Dwarven generals. Wow. And that's 4 fleshed out NPCs of considerable level for just one of the 14 different ancestries that they have in there. Now, for the old folks, ancestries means same thing as race and basic role-playing games.
Mm-hmm.
So basically I had to change things up because of society. And they also give you character NPCs, and they have about 35 of those, which they have the artillerists, they have the priest, and they also have rules for switching these NPCs between the different ancestries that they have in the back. If you want an artillerist that's a dwarf, you do this. It's in the book. If you want an artillerist that is an elf, you do this. It's in the book. Well worth the $15. There's going to be a picture of this up on the screen. And if you want to get the book on its own without the humble bundle, this is a $70 book, retail wise. This is a $70 book. I got this hardback just by paying $45 for $400 worth of stuff, and for $15 I got this hardback. I don't know what to tell you. You can't get a better deal than that. Maybe if they throw it in the trash can, I doubt they will, but you can't. But that was my talk up here for the world of Galarion, and the reason why I'm focused on the world of Galarion and how it's fleshed out, because they have prepared adventures. They have Pathfinder for Savage Worlds, which is set in the world of Galarion. And for things that haven't been converted over to Savage Worlds yet, I'm able to convert them because I have a homegrown conversion table, which I can go over with you later on, in which we can change any character that you have using a D20 system over to Savage Worlds Fantasy. I can help you do it, and one day I'll go over it on here. Okay, so I see we're kicking right now about 35 minutes past our stop time, because we talked about a whole bunch of stuff today. But I would like to thank you for the time that you're being here, that you've listened to me and Aaron. And we seriously want feedback on what you want to see, what you want to go over. We want you to check out the Patreon. Our Miniature of the Month Club is there, in which you can get a single miniature for $10 a month. $5 of it pays for the shipping, so you're paying basically $5 for a mini. Or you can get an inventory party of 4 models uh, for about $15. Once again, it's $5 for shipping, $15 a model, so it's $20. We also have encounter sets. We also have boss monster sets. Uh, and basically, as long as you're paying the monthly fee, you're getting those miniatures in the mail. Right now, we've got one subscriber, and he's been getting stuff. And for the specialties like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I have that set up on the Patreon. Come on over, take a look, see if you're interested in the minis. We'll go ahead and get those sent off to you. All right, that's it for me, and thank you once again.
Mhm. And I'll just end it as always, but I'm going to actually show you guys a magic trick first. I just found out this is true. I want everyone looking at this video to look below the video and look at the like button. Looking at it, watch what's about to happen. We would love it if you could hit that like button right now. Oh, did the like button just light up? It turns out this is a thing. This is actually a thing. Every time I say hit that like button, it lights up. Hit the like button. Hit light up. There we go. But seriously, hit the like button if you enjoy our content, because that tells YouTube, hey, you like these guys. Hit the subscribe so you always see what we're posting. I'm trying to get these videos out as fast as I possibly can, which, because of the new artwork we're going to be using, that's going to help with the thumbnails. I hate thumbnails, but you have to have thumbnails. So we hope you guys are liking this. And as Alan said, we love feedback. So please give us some feedback. We would love to actually communicate with you guys to hear what you want to say, even if it's what the hell is wrong with you guys? Why did you spend 10 minutes talking about the Muppets?
Because they're the Muppets.
But yeah, so thank you so much for enjoying the show. Thank you for joining us again. Once more, hit the like button. Hey, it lit up again. And subscribe if you haven't already so you can keep up with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We do appreciate your time. Love to you all. Enjoy your games. Keep the magic rolling.